Okay, this is the actual first update video about the classical album. Yes, the first of the day was the first day of the recordings. So far it goes, let's say, very good, but it's all depending on the first track. If I continue with the classical album, if I am not happy enough, then I will cancel it. But so far so good, and it already sounds very big, yeah. So my intention is for the first track to have a kind of a similar vibe as the history of the legends, and I will put the link maybe in the video below. Yeah, it's still one of my masterpieces, still the #1 masterpiece that I have ever have made from 2015, one of my classical albums back then. After that track was finished and the album was finished, I wanted to you always want to top the best of what you have done to make it to make better music each time, but I never could top that track, the history of the legends. Very close, but not as near as that close as #1 position of that track, the history of the legends. Yeah, so that's the kind of, it has 3 pieces. It's one track, but it has 3 pieces in it, and I want to have the same as with this track. Yeah, kind of similar vibe to it. Now I cannot make a better track as the history of the legends. By the way, it's been a while. It's been years and years that I made classical music. Since 2018 was the last album, so it's 8 years ago. So it will be all dependent on that one track, and it must sound like, in kind of way, the history of the legends. And I know for sure it will not be that perfect and that good as the history of the legends, but if I am happy enough, that track must be my motivation to continue with that album. There will be 7 or 8 tracks that I want to make, not 3 or 4, but 7 or 8 to have an album, a classical album. Not for say that every song will be that big like the first one, but I need a motivation, to make the album, yeah, to continue with it. All depending on that first track, and it sounds already big, yeah. So there are 2 pieces. Yeah, the third one I still must do. It's not for say that is the history of the legend, so it's maybe 7 minutes, 8 minutes, I can recall, but it's a very big track. Never gets boring, yeah. But as so far that I've listened now, it's not near that perfect as the history of the legends. Like I said, it's 8 years ago that I made classical music. I can evolve during, if the track is good enough and I want to continue, then with the album and with the project, yeah. Of course, I can be better each time during making that album, but yeah, it like I said, it will all be depending on that one track, yeah. And so far, like I said, it goes very well, and it sounds nice, emotional and this and that. But we will see. No, we are not there yet, because the third piece of that track must still be made. Yeah. And of course, I have also, in the meantime, my last album now that I have done. Yeah. That it will be the last album as a singer-songwriter. The final mission. Yeah. The art cover will be released later on. 7 songs are released. 8 tracks are released already of that album. 13 tracks are on it. So 10 August the album will be released in one video, and every song will be then also released. So, but this is the last album as a singer-songwriter, and so that's why I wanted to go back to the classical orchestral music to have a little bit more inspiration and freedom of playing, yeah. And but like I said, again, it's all depending on that one track that I'm busy now, and yeah, I don't want to push it too far, yeah. It's not that okay. There's still some instruments that I must play to put in the track. The last, like I said, the third part must still be made, and it's not meant for a 10-minute track, you know. Maybe as big as the history of the legends, maybe a little bit less of time. I will see, but not for a 10 minutes. Yeah, it's too long. But it must not be overflow with sounds. Yeah. So it's like I said, a big orchestra. Yes, and some experiments that I want to do. But the first time with the history of the legends, I did a lot of for the first time. Yeah, experimental with that song of sounds and reversed. I play a melody and I want to reverse that, yeah, backwards, yeah. So that was the first track that I have done that, and it worked, you know. It is, and that's the kind of similar experimental way that I want to do with this track. It's kind of sequel of the history of the legends that I can say, and it must be very good. If I am, if it's, I know, I must be honest. I cannot be that close to making a track like the history of the legends that good, yeah, but I can make a very good track at the end. I can make a masterwork of it, but not that close as the history of the legends. That's a fact. Yeah, I can try, but I know it's. I cannot do that. So yeah, I can try, but it will not. I think it will not be that way. So, but I will do my best. Yeah, and so it's a long update. You know, I must keep my video shorter. Anyway, but this is the first update, and I will continue with making updates, especially about the first track. Yeah, how it's going. But so far, it goes very well.